Excuse me. So let me do that. That way you can see here.
There was a texted document and an email. He might be on the texted document. They were the email.
Oh yeah, that's the correct one.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so we'll start here. You'll definitely need a calculator if you want to work out some of these problems today. So the volume of the prism, there's kind of a generic formula, and then there's just the one you've known for a while, which is length times width times height. The order doesn't matter. You've just got to use each of the three numbers when you're finding the volume. So that's 4 times 2 times 1.5, and that is 12. No units, but it would be meters cubed if that was, necessary. All right, and then
I went through. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I went through some of the problems and I did the ones that I could do, but I marked some that I might need help on.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, time's totally up to you. What do you want us to work on? You can say, skip, or I've got it.
You could skip that one.
Okay. So looking for number 4 here then. Number 4 here. All right. It says to determine the height of the pyramid. So there's a formula for volume of a pyramid. There's lots and lots of formulas. Did you get like a formula sheet in class, or do you have one that you like?
No.
Okay.
I've just been like looking them up.
Yeah. So this one, it's a lot like a cone. It's 1/3 the area of the base times the height. We could talk about where all this comes from, or we can just, go with it for now. The base is a rectangle, so you got to be able to find that area. They give you the volume of the pyramid. That's nice. So the area of the base is 8 times 12, and then the height you do not have. Okay, so you're solving this equation now. 1/3, you can multiply 8 times 12 and divide by 3. Okay, 8 times 12 is 96, and then divided by 3 is 32. So you've got 224 equals 32 times h. Any questions on that, or?
No.
Okay, so divide by 32 on both sides. Looks like it works because it's not saying to round. Your answer does. H equals 7 inches, but just the 7 there.
Are you still there?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Just sometimes I'll pause here for a moment or two. I was going to ask you, do you get feedback as we go, or all at the end here with this?
It's all at the end.
Okay. All right. Is this the next one that you see? Question 6?
Yes.
All right,
wait,
so,
we could skip number 6.
all right. Sounds good. Looks like though the next part is to find the volume. Did you calculate that?
I did, but I just want to go over it with you just so
Sure.
I can like make sure.
Sure. So the volume here is a cylinder. The volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. Now, I think it's probably a good idea to actually sort of draw a rough sketch of what it is here at the paint can. That axis is going right through. So the radius is 5. That's all coming from this over here. The height is 9. That's pi 5 squared times 9, which is 225 pi. And how does it say to enter it? Oh, nearest hundredths. You do have to put that in the calculator. So I got 706.86. Probably a good idea to double check my calculations.
Yeah, I got the same answer.
Great. All right, so number 8 looks like it's next.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, find the volume of the composite solid. So it's saying there's 2 solids here. Find the volume of one, then the volume of the other. The one on the bottom here is the cube. I think it's a good idea also to draw these, not accurately, but just sort of say, okay, that's the first one. The other one is a not a hemisphere, it's a half a cylinder.
Mhm.
Trying to think of something that looks like that in real life. Not sure I think of anything real quick, but the volume of the cube is 4 times 4 times 4. We know that's 64. This cylinder here, the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h, but it's only half. Like we presume that it's half of that. And then your radius is the distance out. Can you tell me the radius from this picture here?
2.
It's 2, good. And then not to scale, this is 4, that's the height. So 1/2 pi 2 squared times 4. Does it say anything about rounding your answer there?
No.
Okay, so I'm not sure what to suggest here. We'll just throw this on the calculator at one time and see what the result is. So
I got a
1/2,
decimal.
yes.
Mhm.
And I don't know what to tell you to round it to, but we'll just say 89.133. Hopefully that is sufficient for this. No idea. All right, so I'm just grabbing the next problem here. I got to zoom in a little bit on this one. You're welcome to send stuff over as pictures. The document's great. Print them out, whatever, PDFs, whatever you want
Mhm.
for this. All right, so find the area of the regular polygon. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-sided polygon. Okay. And they're asking for the side length first. Okay. And then they're asking for the area. So you got it, a couple steps here. I'm going to draw the triangle kind of off to the side here, a little bit larger for us to see. 2.5, 2.77. Is that what you see?
Yeah.
Just double checking. Okay, so you've got to find the other leg. How do you find the third leg or the third side of a triangle when you know 2 of the other sides?
You put it in the hypotenuse theorem, right?
Pythagorean theorem.
Oh, that.
Yes. The one that you say but don't write out because it's tough spelling. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Notice you're given a and c, but not b, so you're gonna have to manipulate the equation a little bit. 2.5 squared plus b squared equals 2.77 squared. So to solve for b, you subtract that 2.5 squared, and then you take a square root. So if you got a calculator, you can do this all in one step. You don't have to do them in pieces. If you have questions about how to use your calculator, I do have a virtual TI-83 if you need any assistance there with that. So I get 1.193, something like that.
Mhm.
Okay. And keep in mind that that's only part of the side. That's half the side. So you have to double it. You have to double this number to get the full side of this.
So a side would be 2.3857.
Sure. Yeah. And again, I don't know how many places you're supposed to round to because it doesn't say. It bothers me a little bit, but you know this assignment's more than I do. Okay. So that's the first box, 2.386, we'll say. To find the area of the polygon, okay, I mentioned it's got 7 sides. You have to find the area of one triangle and then multiply by 7. So the base is 2.386. The height is 2.5, but there's 7 of them. So it's 7 times 1/2 base times height, 2.386 times the height, 2.5, like that.
I did 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter.
That will also work.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I forgot that that's what you're using, but if you should have gotten around 20.9, 20.8775.
Yeah.
So they're the same. It's just if you like that formula, go with it. the more math you take, the more you get kind of a choice for how you do certain problems.
Mhm.
All right, so question 10, does that seem right?
Yeah. This one I was kind of confused on.
The challenge with this one is that you have to draw a figure, and all the other ones they've given you a figure. Now it says that it has an equilateral triangle as its base. So that's, if we believe that that's an equilateral triangle, you're extending the three sides. This is the tent. Looks like a tent, I guess. Something like that. So your side here is 8, 8, and 8. And to find the volume of the prism, it's the area of the base, which is going to be the area of that equilateral triangle, times the height, or the length that it's extended. So in this case, that's 11.2. All right, so we had to find the area of this equilateral triangle. Did we use 30, 60, 90 triangles last time, or did we just use the formula for I didn't hear if you said something.
Oh, we just did the formula.
Okay, so I'll just real quickly grab these or do these here. So this is I don't want to say this. This is 4 root 3. So it ends up being 1/2 base, which is 8 times the height, 4 root 3. And then you so that's the area of the space triangle. You can also use that, I think it was like the square root of 3 over 4 a squared. Might double check that. But it'll give us the same result here. 64 divided by 4. Yeah.
Oh wait, how did we get the 4 square root 3?
That's the 30, 60, 90 triangles. I know I was just wanting to verify that these were the same. Don't worry about that. So you're going to use this formula on the right here.
Okay.
Your A is 8 square root of 3 over 4 times 8 squared. So that's 64 divided by 4 is 16 square root of 3. And then you multiply that by the 11.2 for your volume. So your volume is 16 square root of 3 times the 11.2 height, like that. Let me know what you come up with for that.
Okay. Okay, I got 310.3835.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so the next problem I'm seeing has got a sphere. Does that look right to you?
Yes.
Okay. So this is kind of one of those going backwards problems. They want you to first find the radius of the sphere. They want you to recognize that there's a circle here. The formula for circumference is 2 pi r or pi times diameter. Maybe you've seen both. They're giving you the circumference. So they're saying the circumference is 30 pi times 2 pi r. So you're going to divide both sides by 2 pi. And your radius is 15 in this case. The reason you need the radius is to find the volume. Volume of a sphere, yet another formula, very formula heavy here, 4/3 pi r cubed, like that. So you're just going to put that 15 in, in for r. So go ahead and do that and round it to just one decimal place. Let me know what you come up with on that, please.
Okay, I got 1400 137.2.
Yep, 14,137.2. That is correct. Great. Question 12. See, this one tells you what decimal place to round to, and some of the other ones obviously have not. So if you see like where we've missed a rounding, please let me know so we can go back and correct it if needed.
Okay.
All right, so the volume, again, they're saying, hey, make sure you recognize that this is a sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed. So that's 4/3 pi. Now the radius is not given, it's the diameter. Do you remember the relationship between the diameter and the radius?
The diameter is like the whole thing and the radius is half.
That's right. So the diameter goes all the way across, the radius is half that. So you can either do that in your calculator or you can calculate it, but you have to take half of that 9.4 and then cube it. So this time I want you to round to 2 decimal places. So I'll let you enter that into your calculator. Tell me what you come up with. I'm going to do the same.
Oh wait, so it's 4/3 times pi times 1/2 of 9.4.
That's right. And then you cube
Okay.
it, and you can do that inside parentheses, or you can do it off to the side and use the value, whatever you normally do.
Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, I got 434.892.
So 2 decimal places, so just go to that 8, 9, the 2 drops off. So that is your final answer on that. All right, just moving on here to the next question. Find the diameter of circle P. So the circumference I mentioned earlier, there's 2 formulas. There's 2 pi r or pi times diameter. Since you're asked to find diameter, it's better to use the second formula. So the circumference 94.24 equals pi times diameter. Pi is a number, so we're just solving for d here. We're going to divide both sides by pi. And that will 94.24 divided by pi. And that's it's really close to 30. So we'll probably just go with that for this. And then feet. I know it's probably says not to put the units in, but it is important. All right, so ready to go into 14?
Yeah.
All right, 14 is a 2-parter here.
I'm pretty sure I have the right answers.
Okay, so I'll just work this out. So the area of the base, glad you reminded me earlier, the area of the base is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. They give you the apothem of 6, and then the perimeter is 6 times 8.5. Okay, so let me do that calculation here for you. Okay, so I got 153. Does that match your answer?
No, I got 411.
411.
Okay, wait.
So the perimeter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 times 8.5 is the perimeter. The apothem is 6, 1/2 of that.
Okay, I get you.
What do you think is the difference between our answers? Like what did you do, or what?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
So
have
you
literally no idea.
That's okay. So you like this formula though, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just keep using that. The apothem is 8.5. I'm sorry, the apothem is 6. The 8.5 is used to find the perimeter. It's a 6-sided, it's a hexagon. So go with that. Now the volume, you take the area of the base and multiply it by the height. So you take that 153 and then multiply by 22. Like that.
Okay.
All right, cruising through here. Let's go to next one here, pyramid. All right, find the volume of the given 3D figure. The volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So the base in this case is a rectangle. Down here at the bottom, the thing that it's sitting on, the area of that is 8 times 7, and the height is 6. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and calculate that for us, please.
I got 112.
Yes. Inches cubed if you need that, but probably just need the number for this. All right, next question here is this correct? The next one you'd like to look at?
Yes.
All right. So when I look at this, I think you did that on your one of your worksheets is you look at like what it is, it's the big one, take away the half circle here. So it's the area of the rectangle, which is 6 and 4, 24, minus the half circle. So the area of a circle is pi r squared, but it's just half. So it's 1/2 pi. What is the radius? What's the distance from this point down to the bottom
2.
there? 2. Round to the nearest hundredths, so that's 2 decimal places. So I would put all this in the calculator. 24 minus 1/2 pi times 2 squared or times 4. And we're going to round to 2 decimal places.
Okay, I got 17.17.
7.2.
Oh, 7.2. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, yeah.
that the 716 that rounds up to 17.72. All right, grabbing the next question. You are building a storage chest. Okay, it must be 8 feet long and 3 feet wide to be able to hold 48 cubic feet of material. How tall will the chest be? You could draw a picture, but notice they're giving you 2 of the 3 measurements. They're giving you, base or length times width, and you're just missing the height in this case. The volume is length times width times height, and they're giving you the volume. They're telling you the volume is 48. They're giving you the length. They're giving you the width. It doesn't matter if you misuse the numbers. You just have to know that you're finding the missing one there. All right, so pretty simple equation here. 48 equals 24 times h. What is the value of h that works here?
Would it be 2?
It is 2. All right, the next one here, density. Okay, so this is kind of a chemistry, more of a chemistry thing, but it's showing up in your math class here. Also sometimes see this on standardized tests like the SAT, ACT. What is the density of a cube of sugar weighing 12.8 grams, measuring 2 centimeters on each side? So 2, 2, and 2. What is the volume of this cube?
That's 8. Eight.
8, very good. Now this is outside the scope of this class, but density is mass divided by volume. So why are they asking you? Okay, so it's weird. They're giving you that and then you calculate that. Okay, now the density is mass divided by volume. So you take that 12.8 and you divide it by 8 for this last one here. You might have seen that in chemistry if you're taking that this year.
Yeah.
Let me know what you come up with.
Oh, okay. I got 1.6.
1.6, perfect. Okay. Any questions on that before we move on to number 19?
No.
Nineteen is one of these composition problems. This is find the volume of the block after the hole is bored out, drilled out. They're saying find the volume of the prism and then subtract the cylinder. So can you tell me the volume of the prism or how we would calculate that in this case?
I did the length times the width, and then I multiplied that number by 10.5.
Yes, so 12.4 times 15 times 10.5, that's good. The cylinder here, you're going to subtract the volume of the cylinder, which is pi r squared. The r is 3. What is the height of this cylinder? It's really kind of the length in this case. 15. Very good. Okay, so do you have a final answer or do you just have the intermediate answers? What do you have?
I got an answer, but I don't think it's right because
Okay.
it seems like really big. Like for the total answer, I got 1,528.88.
Okay, I'm about to give you the answer here.
I don't know how right that is, so.
It's correct.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's correct. Good. I mean, the tough part here is you're only getting marked right or wrong, but you have to have confidence in your answer too. Like if you did all the steps, you gotta say, I know that I'm right. All right, so let's move on to the next one, the house here. What is the volume of the pyramid on top? So the volume of pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So writing down the formula really helps to remember it over time. The base, sometimes it's good to draw that base. It's 6 and 6 there. These are 6 and 6. And so we've got 1/3, 6 times 6, and then the height is 8 there. So what is that? 96. Is that what you got?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. All right, now the volume of the prism on the bottom, again, if you think it's helpful, you can redraw it. It's kind of all 3 values though. It's going to be 6 times 6 times 7. Which is 252. The composite solid is to add them together, 252 plus 96.
Okay, cool. That's what I got too.
Awesome. All right, so let me grab the next one here. Let's see, we got 21. Area of the polygon. How many sides are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 again. Looks like 7. Okay, so like you've been doing, it's the 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. The perimeter in this problem is 7 times 13.9. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. And then the apothem is given. Like that. So did you already try doing this one or?
No, I was kind of stuck on it.
Okay. 14.4 times 13.9. All right, go ahead and calculate this for me. Let me know what you come up with.
Oh, wait. Okay, I got 700.56.
Perfect. All right, 22. So these are tough if you're not sure what the image looks like, or what in this case, an octagon inscribed inside a circle. So you do your best here. Oh, I see what they're doing. You don't even, I guess you don't even need to do this, but let me draw it anyway here. The stop sign, if you're, I'm not sure if you're driving it, but the stop sign here, that's your octagon, except I've not drawn it. Why am I struggling here? Okay, there we go. That's 8 sides. All right. So the side length is 12. That's that one there. And then the radius, which is the hypotenuse of the triangle, is 10. And then you can find, so this is not the apothem, I guess is the point. You've got to find or calculate the apothem there. So sometimes it's good to draw, draw that triangle there. This is 6, not 12, because it's half. That's 10. When you use the Pythagorean theorem, you'll find that this is 8. It's also a Pythagorean triple. You might have seen those in class 3, 4, 5, and there's a few others, but that's okay, because I mean, there's more to do here. So the area is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. Okay, let's do the perimeter first. The perimeter is this 8 sides, and what is the each side length in this?
12.
12. So 8 times 12, which is 96. And then the apothem, we just calculated at 8 times the 96. So it looks like 384.
Yeah.
All right, number 23. Okay. All right. So when I look at this, like I first glance, I'm thinking, well, maybe there's a dimension missing. But then I realized that this vertical distance is the same as this horizontal distance. So this is 10, and then there's another horizontal distance here of 10. Okay, so it's a rectangle, 10 by 20, minus 2 circles, or minus a circle and minus another circle. Is that okay? Is that clear?
Yeah.
So the area of the rectangle is 200. The area of the circles are pi r squared each, but there's 2 of them. So you can put a 2 there, pi r squared. What is the radius of one of these circles?
5.
5. 2 pi 5 squared. So you go to your calculator, it's 200 minus 5 squared, it's 25 times 2, so 50 pi. Sometimes the numbers don't really mean anything when you put them in the calculator, like you were saying earlier, like, oh, I got this number and I don't even know if it's right. They don't really have any significance in this. So sometimes you don't know. So what you can do is you can redo the calculation twice, and that will help to support whether you've got the answer right or wrong. And sometimes. All right. So any questions on that or any?
No, I'm good on that one.
Okay. All right. We got problem here with some sort of a box. Okay. They're saying what is the height? It's kind of drawn awkwardly. You really want the length times the width times the height here for the volume as your kind of your starting point. There, you're solving for h. The length, like to me, the length is this dimension here, which is 7. You've got to get the 3 dimensions though. It's 7, 4, and h. Like they're giving you an extra dimension here, which you don't need. So your volume 252 is 7 times 4 times h, like that. So you have one unknown there. You can multiply 7 times 4 and divide both sides by 28. This then again works out really nicely. The height ends up being 9.
Okay.
So double check that we've gone through everything in this assignment. You know, if you're not sure about any of the calculations, it'd be good to redo them now or double check them now.
Okay. I think we filled out everything on this, so I'm gonna go ahead and submit it,
Okay.
and then we could see what we got wrong.
Are most of your tests online? And
Yeah. Okay, I got 24.5 out of 28.
okay.
I got the one. Oh, okay, that one of them was my mistake. I accidentally hit cone instead of cylinder.
Okay.
And then we got the, or I got the one where it was the circumference of a sphere. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like blue.
Let me go back and look here. Does it give you the right answer or does it just say that it's marked wrong?
It just says it's marked wrong.
Okay. Any idea which question number it was?
11.
Okay. Is possibly this
That
it?
one. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know why I got it wrong.
Did you put a comma in the answer?
No.
Okay, that's good. All right, circumference is 2 pi r. Does it say the radius is correct?
It just says partial, so like one of them's right and one of them's wrong.
So we'll assume that the radius is correct because that's the most reasonable one there. So what I always recommend is just redoing the calculation. So we said it's 4/3 pi r cubed. Just redoing that. Pi times 15 to the power of 3. Yeah, 14,137.2. I mean, I'm getting the same result here. Could be a rounding error, could be, you know, any number of things. Not sure what to suggest.
Maybe it was a rounding error.
These like if I don't know if you have an instructor that you can go to, but this is where maybe you send an email that says, hey, you know, I got this marked wrong. Here's my formula, here's my numbers, like what's going on here. It's worth a try, especially if you've got a couple of these like that are what else do you got here?
Okay. I got number 17 wrong. The one where it was like we're building a storage chest.
Must have gone by it here. Okay, you're building a storage chest. It must be 8.
Oh, I actually wrote 24 instead of 2.
Ah,
Cannot believe that. Okay, and we also got. Okay, those were the only ones wrong.
okay. Great.
I do have another paper sheet that we could work on.
Sure. We got 8 minutes left. We'll get going on whatever we can here.
Okay.
Yeah. Just send it over by text or email.
Okay.
Take a
Can
look at
I
that.
get your phone number so I can text it to you?
Sure. Let me put it here. I'm going to put it in the chat. Just double check before you send that is the right number. You're welcome to text pictures of stuff you want to work on. It's a business phone, so I just check it when I'm working.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Let me send them over. There is some of them that are like filled out, but some of them are not. So, and we could always check the ones that are.
yeah, of course. I know the goal is to get you caught up. So the more you get submitted, the more you're gonna be back on track here. All right, so there's just a slight delay here. I have to upload to where I can grab them on the computer here, but let's see, send another one, see what we can get to. All right. All right, so I'm looking at the first picture you sent now. Which one do you want us to look at?
Do you want to look at? Wait, I got pictures.
I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 on Monday.
Do you want to do number 3 from Tuesday?
Sure. Yeah. Number 4 from Monday is not correct. If you want us to look at that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You pick though. You tell me where you want to go.
Yeah, let's do number 4 from Monday.
Okay. So number 4 from Monday is 3x squared plus 2x minus 8, like that. So like what you tried to do here is use an approach that like kind of feels like it should work, but it doesn't. You actually have to multiply 3 times minus 8. So 3 times minus 8 is minus 24. Okay. And you then, and this is slightly different than the way you guys are doing it in class, but just go with it for a moment here. You want to write out all the factors of minus 24, basically all the numbers that multiply to minus 24. So minus 1 and 24, 1 and minus 24, minus 2 and 12, 2 and minus 12, minus 3 and 8, 3 and minus 8, minus 4 and 6, 4 and negative 6. Now it feels like it could take a really long time to do that. If you're fast with division, if you've got a calculator, it's not too bad. You're looking for the pair though, this is the key, that adds to positive 2. Which in this list adds to positive 2?
Negative 4 and 6.
Negative 4 and 6. So here's why that's important. This 2x gets broken apart into 6x minus 4x. You bring the 3x squared down, you bring the minus 8 down, and now you do what's called factor by grouping. And basically you look at the first 2 terms here and you say, well, what's common between them? What's the GCF? What's the GCF of these two? And it's 3x. Okay, so 3x can be taken out of both. Have you seen this before, or is this totally foreign?
This is like totally weird.
Okay, so this is the like general approach that you would have learned in Algebra 1. Now, you can also use a guess and check approach for this one, but this would work every time. So let me just carry this out here since we got plenty of time here to do this. You're dividing both those by 3x, ends up being x plus 2. You immediately write x plus 2 over here to the right, and you figure out what goes in this position such that when you multiply in, you get back to the previous line. It ends up being minus 4. Notice that there's an x plus 2 in both, so you can factor that out. X plus 2 times 3x minus 4. Now, if you don't think your teacher will like this, or if you think there'll be a problem, we can go through the guess and check if you would like.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Yeah, can we try like another approach? Because this just isn't like totally clicking.
Okay, so let's restart here. 3x squared plus 2x minus 8. So the idea is that if this first one only has two factors, your answer is 3x and x, okay? And you have to look at the factors of minus 8 now and basically check them in here until you get the ones that multiply to 2x, okay? Now, since we already have the answer, it's easy to just go in and guess the right ones. So let me pick the wrong ones for the moment. Let's say you put like -1 and +8 in here. When you check, when you say, okay, 3x times -1 minus 3x and 8 times x, which is 8x, do those add to 2x?
No.
The answer is no. And that's kind of what your table is trying to do here. So the point is you would just keep guessing. You basically keep guessing until you get the ones that work. Since we already have them, I mean, I'm not gonna, keep guessing and checking the wrong ones. This is maybe different than the way you've seen it, but there's like different types of factoring. This is just one of them. So what you're missing in yours is you didn't deal with the coefficient of 3 there.
Oh, okay, I get that.
All right. You said, which one did you say?
Number 3 from Tuesday.
Okay. This is back to geometry. This should be a little more straightforward here. All right, find the measure arc WX. So because it's 2 letters, you know that it's what's called a minor arc, and it's based on this 75 here. This 75 is what's called an inscribed angle. And there's a relationship between the arc and the inscribed angle. So if you have a circle and let's say this is x, the measure of the arc is 2x. Okay, so while this might work, what you're trying to do over here to the right, the more direct way is to take 75 and double it. Excuse me, for the measure of the arc there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, really close here. Maybe a short question, maybe not. Anything else to look at here tonight?
Do you want to do number 1 from Thursday?
Let me take a look and see if we can do it in a short amount of time. Sure, we'll do this real quick. All right, what's the area of the shaded region? The area of a circle is pi r squared, okay? But this shaded region, this sort of Pac-Man, is not the whole circle, right? It's a fraction of the circle. If you were to go all the way around the circle, that's 360 degrees, but you're not going all the way around the circle. You're only going 360 minus 85 degrees. Because that 85 is there. So you're only going part of the way around, most of the way around. This ends up being what, 375? Okay. Sorry, 275, not 375. Out of 360. And then the radius is 7 in this problem. So go ahead and put that in your calculator and let me know what you come up with.
Oh, wait. Okay, it said error for me really quick.
All right, so let me just go ahead and give you the answer here because we are out of time here. It is a 117.59. We can look at that next time. It is an area, so it would be feet squared.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Here, let me go ahead and stop the recording here.